This time I'll call the meeting to order. Ms. Cave, you taking care of the head count for us tonight?
She's getting me my information.
Cave, you taking care of the roll call? Yes. Okay. All of you should have received the minutes from the previous meeting. Is there any addition or deletion to those minutes?
Mr. Chairman, Danny Borthwick, I move we approve those minutes as they're written.
I have a motion to approve those minutes as written. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Second from Mr. Hoover. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Tonight, under zoning requests, we have 3 items. Item 4 has been withdrawn. We'll start off with item 1. Ben and Tiffany George rezone 5.50 acres from AG2 to RP80 West Road,
Sure.
map 116, parcel 113 and 114, represented by Anthony Bollinger.
You want to bring the lady in?
Is he here?
Yes, sir. I'll keep my distance, I'm social distancing.
Okay, Bob.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, we have a lady that wants to come in. I'll hold off till she comes in.
Somebody gone out to get her.
Yeah, Ms. Cheryl's going to, right, come in.
Wide open all over the room. It's okay, but when here's No, I'm just.
Mr. Chairman, Tiffany and Ben George are requesting to rezone their 5.5 acres from AG2 to RP80. They currently have 2 tracks there right now, and they wish to sell one of the tracks, but they want to keep a portion of the other track that has a building on it. And that would thus decrease the size of the vacant track below the AG2 zoning requirement, thus requiring it to be rezoned in order to be smaller. So you're going to have a rezoning, but you're not going to have any additional tracks created. So there's not going to be any additional traffic than could be currently with the 2 tracks.
Or is it just a strictly rezoning?
It's a strictly rezoning, and then there will be a subdivision plat reconfiguring the 2 tracks.
Thought you had that. Okay, Mr. Bollinger.
It's just Mr. Hope said, they just want to change, property lines are kind of odd shape now, they just kind of want to change it so they can keep an extra portion of the spare track they have. But like I said, there's not going to be any additional tracks made or anything, so.
Okay. Anybody have any questions on this? Hearing none, do I have a motion?
Move to approve.
This lady said she didn't want to speak. You have a question? Okay. I was going with what you said earlier when you came in. You just wanted to hear what was going on. Okay. No questions. Do I have a motion?
I'll give him a.
I'll second that.
I have a motion
Danny Borthwick, second.
and I have a second. All in favor, let me know by saying aye.
Aye.
All
Aye.
motion carries. You got who it was, didn't you? Don Lambert. Okay. Item 2 is Judy Anthony rezoned 5.985 acres from AG2 to RP80 on Betts Road, map 123, parcel 147, represented by Mr. Bollinger. Staff.
Mr. Chairman, Ms. Anthony is requesting to rezone her 5, almost 6 acres in order to subdivide the existing track with her dwelling on it and create a second track to have another dwelling constructed on it.
Okay, here on this report that I have, it says the shed is in the inside the setback line.
That they appear now that yeah, that's gonna be removed.
Okay. Anybody have any questions on this or comments?
So we don't know anything about the fire hydrant?
Well, there's one within 600 feet.
Okay.
So she can either add another fire hydrant, or she can bring a plat and ask this board to give her a variance on the distance to the fire hydrant.
That'll have to be addressed when the plat comes in.
That would have to be done when the plat, yeah. So her choice is to put one in and do a simple two-lotter, or ask the variance and come back before the planning commission to ask for that variance.
Any other questions from anybody or comments? Not, do I have a motion?
I got one question, Mr. Chairman,
Okay.
and not about this as if we're going right now, about when she comes back and asks for a variance. I don't remember us ever giving anybody a variance on a fire hydrant before, have we?
We have given some small variances on you know, we've asked that they go to the fire district that provides service to them, ask them if they could fight a fire at that distance.
Do you get information from that district saying that they can?
We haven't had anything
We
submitted.
haven't crossed that.
Right.
I'm just trying to plan ahead,
Yeah.
know what's coming
Yeah.
up.
Okay.
Right now, according to Mr. Bollinger, is that the track 2 would be 600 feet from the property. Is that right?
Yeah, plus or minus, it's close. It's on the corner there of Daniels Road, I think it's two tracks down. This property right there by the big water tower on Betts Road.
Is it on the same side
Yes, sir, it is.
as the water tower?
Miss Anthony's just wanting to sell her house is too big for her, too much to take care of. She's gonna sell her house and build a smaller house on the morning track there.
Any other questions from anybody or comments? If not, I'd entertain a motion.
I move for approval, Mr. Chairman.
A
Daniel
motion-
Border.
Have a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
I'll second Don Langford.
Thank you, Mr. Langford. All in favor, let me know by saying aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Item 3 is Joseph Miller rezone 1.87 acres from AG2 to RP80 on Hillwood Estates Road, map 079, parcel 073.00, represented by Steve Arts and Associates. Staff.
Mr. Chairman, this is the one we've got about a dozen calls on. Is that, Mr. Miller is requesting to rezone this 1.87 acres so that he can create an additional residential lot on Hillwood Estates Road. Hillwood Estates Road is old unrecorded subdivision.
Yeah.
And, it predates any zoning or subdivision regulations in the county. And, this property of Mr. Miller's may or may not have been part of that original subdivision. It's not known because the plat there was not a recorded plat.
I know by this, trying to think, by description, I don't think it is. I think that right above it right there, as far as the deeds describing in my whole lot.
There's a note on one of the subdivisions, I mean, the tax maps from the sixties. It says that this was added to the farm. And that's the only note, from the tax map from the sixties. It says it's a handwritten note on the tax map, old tax maps. It says added.
This runs off of Kenny's Road, right?
Runs off of Kenny's Road, and there's about 7 or 8 dwellings on the road now, and that's about all I can tell you about it. It's
What were your calls about primarily?
about what they were doing there.
Questions.
Questions, yeah.
This one is, how far is it from fire hydrant? I think I put that on there.
495 feet.
Yeah.
The fire hydrant.
Inside the bubble.
Right there on Kenny's Road.
Joey's planning on building a house on this property. It's not gonna be modular or anything. He's planning on putting a house on there.
Is that the reason, that's the reason for the
Yes,
rezone
sir.
request?
He owns the whole farm, but he's wanting to build a house on this lot.
Move to approve.
Have a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
I'll second it, Danny Boyd.
I have a second. All in favor, let me know, saying aye. Motion carries. As I said earlier, item 4 has been withdrawn. Next thing we have is subdivisions. Item 5. Carl and Joanne Miller lots. Final plat approved for 3 lots on Old Greenbrier Pike, zone R40, map 114, parcel 060.00. Represented by Mr. Bollinger. Staff.
Mr. Chairman, this property on Old Greenbrier Pike, it was zoned, this property was part of the original zoning of Robertson County. They zoned all up and down this side of Old Greenbrier Pike, R40. Back in 1972 when they adopted the very first zoning ordinance. So that's how the property got zoned. Our only comment is, have you found the fire hydrants yet?
Well, there's not a fire hydrant, and they'll have to pay the
No,
fee because
no, we would prefer, if it can be installed,
it can't be installed.
cannot be installed. Okay, well, you'll need to add the note to the plat about paying, I figured it'd be able to install that.
Just a 4-inch liner, I think, isn't it? Did it say?
It says 6 inches.
Yeah, they did a flow test on it and might have some, they wouldn't do it.
Is that fire fee per lot or just one fire fee?
1 fire feet, yeah. 1 fire feet to serve these two. Since they're all so close together.
Anybody have any other questions or comments on this? Not, I'd entertain a motion. Move to approve. Motion to approve. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
I have a motion to approve. I have a second. All in favor, let me know by saying aye. All opposed, motion carries. Item 6.
Mr. Chairman, this is subdivision you saw the preliminary plat on at the previous meeting. There's 16 lots on Barren Plains Road or Tennessee Highway 25. Our only remaining comments were about that the need to make arrangements for the fire hydrants. That has been done. We have received that the baggage have paid for three fire hydrants to be installed. And, Mr. Mayo wanted to know if we need a utility easement on that power line on lot 8.
All that is just a service.
Okay.
It doesn't run any further. than
Then no
that.
go,
Yeah.
so it don't.
Doesn't run over any buildings or anything, does it?
Oh, it probably does. It runs down beside that barn.
Okay. That's a no-no if it is.
Right.
Anybody else have any questions on this? If not, do I have a motion?
I move for approval, Mr. Chairman, Danny Boyd.
A motion to approve. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor, let me know by saying aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Item 7 is Mary's Crossing, Section 2, final property, 2 lots on Tennessee Highway 49, zoned RP 80, map 070, parcel 099.02, Representative Mr. Arts. Staff.
Mr. Chairman, this property was rezoned by the county commission at their previous meeting. It's additional 2 lots. These 2 will be on Highway 49. Both of these lots are impacted by the floodplain. Lot 2 can have what FEMA is allowing us to do now is called a site plan, which locates the dwelling, showing that it's out of the floodplain. Lot 3 is impacted so heavily that it will require an elevation certificate.
I've actually already staked the houses out on both of them, Bob, and, we've shot our elevations. Lot 3 is like 20 feet above the base flood elevation, and lot 2 is like 30 feet above the flood elevation, I think. So they're well above even the base flood elevation that FEMA publishes.
I was out there one day right after the rain, and it doesn't take much to get that creek really rolling.
Well, these set up on the hill there. I've got you a plot plan done on both of them, showing those elevations.
Anybody else have any questions or comments on this item? Hearing none, do I have a motion?
I move to approve.
A motion to approve, do I have a second?
I'll second, Mr. Chairman, Don Langford.
I have a motion to approve in a second. All in favor, let me know by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Next item is item 8. Wartrace Lake subdivision, re-subdivision of lots 2, 3, and 4, and 5 on East Lake Road, zone R40, map 80M, group A, parcel 0.00300 and 04.00 and 00.50. Representative Steve Arts.
Did you say that again?
I'll let you read it.
Zeros in there?
I'll let you read it.
You hand it to him?
I'll hand it to you.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, Gary and Melody DiOrio own 4 lots in this subdivision that was created in the 1930s. And they are wishing to combine those 4 lots along with a parcel of land that was former right-of-way that Robertson County has abandoned and has deeded to the DiOrios for them to construct a dwelling on.
Did Robertson County even knew that they owned it?
Sort of.
I run into that once before with them and they didn't even know they owned it.
Well, like Bob said, this was done back in the thirties, and I'm pretty sure it wasn't surveyed, laid out on somebody's desk. But the right of way shown on the plat and the right of way where the counties maintain the road are not in the same location.
Yeah.
And so everybody's kind of agreed, we're following where the county maintains, and
That abandonment has been, the paperwork was done by the county attorney and approved by the county judge.
and this is another one that Bob already got the plot plan on this one, where we've already done what was requested as far as for the flood elevation stuff.
I move for approval, Mr. Chairman. Danny Borley.
Motion approved. Do I have a second?
I'll second
I'll second. William Henry.
it. William, got you.
Thank you.
Thank you, William. Have a motion to approve in a second. All in favor, let me know by saying aye. All opposed? Motion carries.
Thank y'all.
Thank you. Item 9 is Russell East Cedar, final plat for 3 lots on Cedar Grove Road, zone R40, map 062, parcel 103.00, represented by Bruce Rainey and Associates. Staff.
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Russell purchased this 5-acre tract off of this property that fronts both Cedar Grove Road and East Old Cedar Grove Road. We need a little bit more information about, where it says 358 feet to the fire hydrant. Is that to the corner of lot 1?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so it will be within, well, maybe it won't be within 500 feet of lot 2. This lot 2 is, there's 184.5 feet. So lot 2 will be several feet over 500 feet from the existing fire hydrant. And lot 3 is nowhere near a fire hydrant, so the applicant will have to post the $3,500 fire abatement fee for it. And a note should be added to the plat stating that. So he will have to put up the fire abatement fee.
Anything else on this? Comment on?
Yeah, if Rainey, if you could, make sure you identify all the monuments on the property. That's
Identify all one.
all monuments.
Yes, sir, we did. I thought.
Okay, I think there's a couple that did not get identified. You might just put a legend on here and
I'll make the monuments a little bigger.
okay.
Any other questions?
And, might add that, the rear setback on lot 3, is not correct because it's going to access off of Cedar Grove Road because of the easement. So you'll need to show a front easement on that.
I didn't know which way you wanted to show that.
Well, are they going to use the ingress and egress easement to access it?
I don't know.
I would just go ahead on there and show a 50-foot setback on it, and then that way you'd be covered.
There won't be a problem anyway.
No, it won't. You've got plenty of room there.
Yeah.
Because if they access it off of Cedar Grove, that makes it a double frontage lot.
I'll make that change.
Any other questions for Mr. Rainey?
Make a motion to approve.
A motion to approve, do I have a second?
I'll second it, Danny Boy.
Have a second. All in favor, let it be known, say aye. All opposed, motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Item 10, David Carpenter lots, re-subdivision of lot on Fisher Grove Road, zone AG2 to map 131, parcels 079.00 and 080.00. Represented by Anthony Bollinger. Staff?
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Carpenter owns 2 tracts, and there's a house on one of them that he's wishing to reconfigure the lots and, take a portion of one parcel and put it with the house property, and then take some of the house property's parcel and create a lot that fronts Fisher Grove Road. All we ask for is, Mr. Bollinger, when you provide Mr. Carpenter a new survey of the new parcel 79, so when he comes to get a building permit, they'll need to see that. Because we'll need to know exactly where it's wide enough to,
On the backtrack,
yeah, well, the parcel 79, yeah, the 5.93 acre tract.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll need to know exactly where he can locate a dwelling on it.
Any other?
This is a nice tract. It's got a house, a nice garage, a pool.
yeah, the backtrack was landlocked actually, and what we did, reconfigure it to give the backtrack some buffer. He wants to keep the front house, but he's gonna build a new personal house in the back, and I think maybe his daughter is gonna move in the front house.
Any other questions or comments from anybody? Not, I'd entertain a motion.
I move for approval, Danny Boy.
A motion to approve, do I have a second?
I'll second, William.
Have a second. All in favor, let it be known, saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries.
Appreciate it, thank you.
Thank you. Under site plans, we got 11 and 12, but both of them have been withdrawn.
That is correct. One of them, Mr. Pitt's property was turned down for rezoning at the county commission. And Mr. Ferraccio, still didn't have his revised act together, so it had to be withdrawn also. Mr. Ferraccio has assured me as late as this afternoon that he will have it ready for the second submittal for the September meeting.
What's gonna happen with this pit excavation?
We've advised Mr. Pitt that he can either petition the city of Millersville to annex it and work with them, or he can wait 6 months and petition the county commission again for rezoning. So that's how we left it with Mr. Pitt.
Well, that completes everything we have on the agenda tonight, unless staff has something they'd like to bring up.
Well, 3 rezonings will be heard this coming Monday night by the county commission. We have kind of a unusual way of conducting public hearings now. The county commission meets in this room now using this same system, and the public hearings are done in front of a laptop on the first floor. Strange times we're in.
It very sure does.
There he is.
And I think everybody in the county needs to thank Chet Vickers for what he does and allowing us to have meetings.
Absolutely.
Good job. We all adjourned?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Oh, we were just thanking you.
Oh,
Yeah,
on record.
yeah.
On record.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate it.
Is there anything else that we need to bring up tonight?
Mr. Chairman, if there's nothing else, I move for adjournment. Danny Borthwick.
I have a second. All in favor, let me know, saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries.
Did you take my second or somebody else?
Took yours.
And Don still